Welcome to the shadowy depths of the most chilling unsolved mysteries. Today, we're diving into 3 eerie cases that have baffled experts and haunted the minds of many. But beware, as we unravel these tales, the truth might be more unsettling than fiction. Are you prepared to explore the depths of the unknown? Imagine being on a dream vacation, sailing through the Caribbean on a luxurious cruise ship. Now imagine that dream turning into a nightmare as a loved one suddenly disappears without a trace. This is the chilling story of Lynn Bradley, a 23-year-old woman from Virginia, who vanished from a Royal Caribbean cruise ship on March 24, 1998. Amy was not just an ordinary young woman. She was a college graduate from Longwood University, a basketball scholarship recipient, and a trained lifeguard known for her strong swimming abilities. She was a woman full of life, with a bright future ahead of her. She had just accepted a job at a computer consulting firm and was looking forward to starting this new chapter after her vacation. But Amy never got to start that new job. On the morning of March 24, 1998, she disappeared from the cruise ship en route to the island of Curacao. Despite extensive searches and investigations, Amy was never found, and her disappearance remains one of the most enduring mysteries in recent decades. In the next few minutes, we will explore Amy's life before her disappearance, the circumstances surrounding her vanishing, and the numerous alleged sightings and theories that have emerged since that fateful day. Stay tuned as we unravel the unsettling, unsolved mystery of Lynn Bradley's disappearance. Lynn Bradley's disappearance occurred within a narrow window on the morning of March 24, 1998, while aboard the Royal Caribbean cruise ship Rhapsody of the Seas. The ship had left Aranjuez, Aruba, and sailed to Curacao in the Netherlands Antilles. On the night of March 23rd, Amy and her brother Brad were seen partying at the ship's nightclub. They returned to their stateroom between 3:30 and 4 a.m. Amy's father, Ron Bradley, was the last to see her at approximately 5:30 a.m., sleeping on the balcony of their cabin. When he woke again between 5:50 and 6 a.m., Amy was nowhere to be found. The Bradley family immediately informed the ship's crew about Amy's disappearance and pleaded with them to make an announcement and prevent anyone from disembarking the ship. However, the ship's crew did not make an announcement or post photographs concerning Amy's disappearance, as they felt it would be too disturbing for other passengers. Despite the family's pleas, the ship docked in Curacao, and many of the ship's guests and staff left the vessel for the day before a cursory search of the ship began at 8 a.m. The ship later departed Curacao and continued on to the islands of St. Martin and St. Thomas, before returning to San Juan, Puerto Rico, on Saturday, March 28, 1998. The Bradley family was highly critical of Royal Caribbean, faulting them for the delay in initiating a thorough search. The FBI conducted an extensive investigation, but due to jurisdictional issues and the international nature of the case, many leads fell through the cracks. After all these years, there are no known suspects in the disappearance of Lynn Bradley. And while there are very few witnesses and not much physical evidence, there are many sinister theories. One theory suggests that Amy fell overboard or jumped, but due to her being a trained lifeguard and the ship being close to shore at the time of her disappearance, this has been dismissed. A second theory is that she was murdered and thrown overboard, but this, too, lacks supporting evidence. Another theory suggests that Amy may have been kidnapped by someone she met on the ship. Apparently, Amy was dancing with a band member named Alistair Douglas, also known as Yellow, on the night of her disappearance. Douglas was reportedly one of the last people seen with Amy, but he has always maintained his innocence and cooperated with investigators. The most prominent theory, and the one that the Bradley family believes, is that Amy was kidnapped and sold into sexual slavery. In 1998, a taxi driver in Curacao claimed that a woman matching Amy's description approached his cab on the morning of her disappearance, saying she needed to get to a telephone. In 2005, a tourist named Judy Maurer reported seeing a woman who looked like Amy in a department store bathroom in Barbados. The woman, who appeared very distraught, claimed her name was Amy and that she was from Virginia before two men arrived and forcibly removed her from the bathroom. In the same year, the Bradley family received an email with a photo of a woman who appeared to be Amy. The photo, which showed a woman resembling Amy lying on a bed in her underwear, was found on an adult website advertising all-inclusive erotic vacations. Amy's mother, Iva Bradley, noted that the woman in the photo resembled her missing daughter, stating, "When I first looked at the picture, it wasn't the Amy I know. The picture looks like a harsh and tormented Amy." The investigation into Amy Lynn Bradley's disappearance was extensive and involved multiple agencies, with the FBI taking the lead. The FBI conducted countless interviews with those close to Amy, her friends, college coaches, and family members, to piece together her last known movements and any potential reasons she might have had for disappearing. The FBI's efforts also included reviewing the ship's security protocols, examining potential forensic evidence, and considering all plausible scenarios that could have led to Amy's disappearance. Despite the thorough nature of these interviews and the wide net cast by the investigation, the lack of concrete evidence has frustrated the Bradley family and law enforcement. While the FBI has continued to follow up on leads and tips over the years, none have led to a definitive conclusion about Amy's fate. The case remains open, with the FBI maintaining a profile for Amy on their website, in the hope that new information will eventually come to light that could solve the mystery of her disappearance. 12 years after her disappearance, on March 24, 2010, Amy Lynn Bradley was declared legally dead. This declaration was a legal formality and does not reflect the belief of her family, who continue to hope that Amy is still alive and will one day be found. The Bradley family has never stopped searching for Amy. They have appeared on numerous television shows, including Dr. Phil and Vanished, to keep Amy's story in the public eye and generate new leads. They also maintain a website dedicated to Amy's case, where they share updates and appeal for information. To encourage people to come forward with information, the Bradley family, in conjunction with various organizations, has offered a reward for information leading to Amy's safe return for her verifiable location. The reward for information leading to Amy's safe return is $250,000, and there is an additional $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for her disappearance. Before we uncover the next mysterious case that will definitely send shivers down your spine, we would like to ask you to show your support by subscribing to our channel and liking this video. After unraveling the bizarre case of Amy Lynn Bradley, we turn our attention to another perplexing mystery that echoes with unanswered questions. The backdrop is the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles, cloaked in mystery and known for its tragic past. It was here in 2013 that Elisa Lam's story began, a story that would captivate and mystify the world. Elisa, a 21-year-old student from Canada, had decided to travel alone to California. Known for her kindness and introspective nature, she often shared her struggles with mental health on her blog. Her sudden disappearance, marked by the abrupt end of daily communications with her family, sparked a complex and chilling case. Elisa checked in at the Cecil Hotel on January 28, 2013, as part of her California trip. However, her plans to visit Santa Cruz took an unexpected turn. January 31st, the day Elisa was due to check out and move on. Sadly, she never checked out. Earlier that day, Elisa was seen at the Last Bookstore, a popular local bookstore in Los Angeles. But when she missed her usual check-in with her family, whom she had been calling every day, they reported her missing. The LAPD's investigation into Elisa's disappearance included extensive searches and public appeals for information. A particularly perplexing piece of evidence was a surveillance video from the hotel released by the LAPD. It showed Elisa in the hotel elevator, displaying unusual behavior. The footage sparked viral interest and a multitude of theories. The mystery intensified on February 19th, when a shocking discovery was made at the hotel. Elisa's body was found in a water tank on the roof. Following the discovery of her body, the Los Angeles County Coroner's Office launched an investigation into the cause of her death. The coroner's ruling of accidental drowning, with her bipolar disorder as a contributing factor, left more questions than answers, and further fueled speculation and theories. Additionally, the autopsy report complicated the case. It revealed no signs of physical trauma or evidence of sexual assault. Her clothes, similar to those she was seen wearing in the elevator surveillance video, were found with her body, along with her room key. The elevator surveillance video, released by the LAPD during the search for Elisa, became a focal point of the investigation. The video showed Elisa behaving oddly, pressing multiple elevator buttons, stepping in and out of the elevator, and making strange gestures. This peculiar behavior led to numerous theories and speculations about her mental state at the time, and the circumstances leading up to her death. The toxicology report provided another piece of the puzzle. It indicated that the levels of her prescribed medication were extremely low compared to the prescribed dose. This suggested that Elisa might have been experiencing a psychotic episode before her death, possibly due to not taking her medication. Despite these findings, many questions remain unanswered. The investigation did not conclusively explain how Elisa ended up in the water tank, and her peculiar behavior exhibited in the elevator video remained unexplained. The death of Elisa Lam has given rise to many conspiracy theories, each attempting to make sense of the bizarre and tragic circumstances. Some online sleuths and armchair detectives have proposed that Elisa was the victim of a murder. Others have looked to the supernatural for explanations, citing the Cecil Hotel's dark reputation as a place where the macabre is not unfamiliar, and the eerie nature of the elevator video as evidence of paranormal activity. One of the more outlandish theories connected Elisa's death to a tuberculosis test named Lam Elisa, which was used in the area around the same time as her disappearance. This coincidence led to speculation about her involvement in a more sinister plot. However, this theory has been widely dismissed as mere coincidence, and not based on any credible evidence. Amidst this whirlwind of speculation, Amy Price, the former manager of the Cecil Hotel, has spoken out against the conspiracy theories. She has emphasized the importance of focusing on mental illness, rather than sensationalized narratives. Despite the coroner's ruling, the public's fascination with the now closed case has not waned. Driven by a desire to understand the mysterious circumstances surrounding Elisa's death, they continued to search for answers. And there is a stark contrast between the authorities' official explanation and the public speculation, as we remember Elisa not just as a mystery, but as a young woman with unrealized dreams. Let's transition to another unsettling case: the murder of Joseph Augustus Zarelli. Known for decades as the boy in the box, this case has intrigued the public for over 60 years. On February 25th, 1957, in the woods off Susquehanna Road in Fox Chase, Philadelphia, the lifeless body of a young boy was discovered, concealed in a plain blanket and placed inside a cardboard box. Brutally beaten, the boy, estimated to be between 4 and 6 years old, remained unidentified for an extended period, becoming an emblem of unsolved mysteries. It wasn't until December 2022 that groundbreaking advancements in DNA technology and investigative work revealed his identity: 4-year-old Joseph Augustus Zarelli. The battered body was initially discovered by a young man checking his rabbit traps, but fearing the police would confiscate his traps, he did not report his find. A few days later, a college student spotted a rabbit running into the underbrush and stumbled upon the tragic scene. The boy, who was later identified as Joseph Augustus Zarelli, had been brutally beaten to death. His body showed signs of malnourishment, and he had several scars, including one that appeared to be from an IV line. His hair seemed to have been crudely cut short, not long before his death. Despite extensive investigations and distributing nearly 25,000 circulars to police departments nationwide, the boy's identity remained a mystery for over 6 decades. His body was exhumed twice, once in 1998 and again in 2019, to collect DNA samples for testing. The breakthrough in the case came in 2022, thanks to advances in DNA analysis and devoted detectives. Investigators identified Zarelli after a cousin uploaded DNA to a public database. This led to the discovery of a close family connection, and further testing confirmed the boy's identity. Forensic genetic genealogy is a method that cross-checks DNA profiles in a genealogy database, thereby allowing investigators to examine thousands of areas along the DNA. Utilizing this type of science marked a significant milestone in criminal investigations, demonstrating the power of modern DNA analysis in solving cold cases. Identifying Joseph Augustus Zarelli as the boy in the box has unleashed a torrent of speculation and conspiracy theories, as both amateur and internet detectives push their hypotheses. Among the most prevalent theories is the involvement of family members. Some speculate that a parent or step-parent may have been responsible for Joseph's death. This theory is supported by the fact that child abuse often occurs within the family unit, and the circumstances of Joseph's death suggest prolonged mistreatment. Another theory that has gained traction is the possible connection to the foster care system. Initially, there was speculation that Joseph might have come from a nearby foster home, but this lead was eventually deemed a dead end by the authorities. However, the theory persists in the public imagination, fueled by the conditions of Joseph's life and death, which some believe are indicative of systemic failures. One particularly sensational claim came from a woman known only as Martha, who accused her mother of killing the child. While police found her story plausible, they were also troubled by inconsistencies and her history of mental illness. The investigation into the murder of Joseph Augustus Zarelli has faced significant challenges from the outset. One of the primary difficulties in solving the case has been the passage of time. Moreover, the nature of cold cases inherently means there was likely a lack of hard evidence at the time of the crime, which is only exacerbated as time progresses. The chances of finding new leads or witnesses diminish as years turn into decades, and the authorities admit that the killer or killers may never be caught. Physical evidence can deteriorate, memories fade, and witnesses or potential suspects may pass away. The Philadelphia Police Commissioner, Daniel Outlaw, acknowledged that many of the family members who might have had memories of the incident are now deceased, complicating the task of piecing together what happened. The murder of Joseph Augustus Zarelli remains an active case. The Philadelphia Police Department, along with other law enforcement agencies, continue to seek tips from the public, hoping that the identification of Joseph and the renewed interest in the case will lead to new information. They believe that someone, somewhere, knows something that could help solve this case. The role of public tips cannot be underestimated in investigations like this, as even the smallest piece of information could potentially lead to a breakthrough. As the questions of who killed little Joseph and why remain to be answered, the search will continue. The enduring hope is that justice will be served one day for the boy known for so long as the boy in the box. In exploring these unsolved mysteries, we've learned about the profoundly tragic cases of Amy Lynn Bradley, Elisa Lam, and Joseph Augustus Zarelli. Filled with many unanswered questions of lives cut short, we've also learned how uncertain and fragile life can be.